I've spent about 35 years or so seeking reconciliation with my wife, um, even though she divorced me and went on to remarry. Um, I have continued through time to seek reconciliation anyway, um, in the most non-threatening way that I can think of, and that's to address um, well, through writing. And in writing, I share maybe a letter every 2 years, providing something new to consider biblically to our marriage. Through the years, I've largely addressed many of the biblical understandings that are pertinent to marriage, which is, of course, most of the Bible. So uh, I've not been successful, and uh, some might say that that's evidence of a stalker, and the other people might say it's likened unto the prayers of a fervent mother for a lost son. And so, thankfully, she's been tolerant of accepting biblical analysis. Through time, my letters slash writings have tightly fit directionally toward no divorce, and but then there was one aspect, and that's Matthew 19:9, except it be for fornication, and then I would stumble on one part of one verse, and all my other understandings would not align, or accept would not align, and I couldn't resolve it. Finally, when I was nearing my wit's end on how to address the essence of what some consider the exception clause, um, I decided to turn to see what Greek would bring as clarity. And uniquely, it did bring some new things to consider. I've turned to Matthew 19:9 and have brought forward a study of by way of Bible Hub. It's a Googleable search, and it's a meaningful study aid tool. The study comes, uh, well, I've turned it to Matthew 19:9, and inside here is many different Bible study tools to study from. I've turned it to the interlinear verse, and it's inside there about 3/4 of the way down on a scroll, but it's also right here as interlinear. And uniquely, this enables a study that makes looking at Greek as not that difficult. The For example, well, again, this is Matthew 19:9. The complexity of a study comes in part by way of the word accept. Uh, I stumbled over whether it was by looking at a common dictionary, whether it was a preposition or a conjunction. But when I come to a quality study of biblical, the it's assigned as an adverb, and thus it becomes easier to understand without wondering what it is. And the study, this middle line is original Greek. This next line enables you to read it in English form, word for word, sort of. But English, it's more like the equivalent of a North American Standard Bible interpretation, meaning that not all biblical interpretation agrees as to its proper English word. And that's odd, of course. This is a index number for the particular word, and you can click onto. It has a clickable search that enables you to go study the singular word, and I've clicked on it to it ahead of time to show that it lands on this word, and this is the particular word study that is for the word accept, and this is Strong's Concordance, which is highly reputable to Christian study on, and they also give a definition that is broadly stated according to the whole Greek New Testament, so that a given scripture, you have to look a little closer, but it gives you a general guide for what it means, and it means the word not, but it offers alternatives for different scriptures, and so. But if you want specifics, this guy Thayer, he gives a study according to a specific to a given scripture, such as Matthew 19:9. But he also here broadly gives it's either an adverb of negation, which is the word not, or a conjunction, which is variably speaking having a lest to it, or it's an interrogative particle which answers a question. But more specifically, that's just generally him outlining the Greek New Testament use of this word. But he goes on to qualify the negative adverb as being more specifically, Matthew 19:9 is right here, and he sets apart his study according to semicolons. From semicolon to semicolon, wherever you find the scripture is his nuance to the scripture, and his nuance given is unique. That he gives a Greek quote, and that's all. He doesn't define it with anything except qualifying it as he used in his answer the original Greek, the Textus Recepticus, various critical study authors, but so when you want to know what it means, he's generally given an answer. It means what it says. Reading in Greek, this is not for porneia, and in our words, divorce not for porneia.